Hello to all of you in our K-12 Blended and Online Learning course. Thank you for sticking with us through week 3. We have over 4,700 participants enrolled in this course right now. However, enrollment is beginning to taper off now as we enter into week 4. At this point, it will become increasingly difficult to earn all the points necessary to get credit for the class. However, casual learners can continue to enroll even after this course is graded and done. So if you have some curious colleagues, encourage them to log in and browse the course. Currently, we don't have plans to offer this free course again in the future. However, if you think your school or district leadership might find it useful for teacher professional development in the future, you might want to encourage them to log in and browse. Then, if they find it might be useful, they can certainly email our Distance Learning Center to request a future offering of the course. Week 3 was designed to show you what the life of a blended and online instructor looks like. We were lucky enough to have Provost Academy, Gwinnett Online Campus, and Edison Learning provide materials for us this week. These partners are at the forefront of what's happening with online teaching and learning, and we are so appreciative of all the support they've provided this course. We hope you found their materials as enlightening and helpful as the teaching staff does. Additionally, faculty from Kennesaw State University provided ideas for those of you interested in what blended and online learning looks like in your content areas. We hope you got some ideas. They discussed everything from virtual field trips to the value of project-based learning in math and science classrooms. I'm not sure if you caught this, but our experts seem to think, as we do, that the blended and online environments are really conducive to the learning that happens in those upper levels of Bloom's taxonomy. There is tremendous value in what thoughtfully implementing these environments can do for your students, your content areas, and your schools. Our discussion posts this week were very personal, I would say, and I was glad to see so many of you thinking about your own classrooms and what you can do to move towards implementing one of the blended models of instruction in your class. Additionally, I love the fact that lots of you are already implementing some of the strategies discussed in the videos, and you didn't even realize that you had already created a blended environment in your classroom until you heard them described in the lecture videos. Now, as Jordan and I have done in the previous weeks, I want to point out some great threads. Like many of you, Lynn Farr discovered that she is already blending learning in her classroom. She's been incorporating the rotational model in her class despite the fact that many students don't have devices. Laura Staple of Australia introduced us to the School of the Air, which is a correspondence-type learning system for K-12 students who live in rural Australia. This is a system that dates back to the 1940s. Now, as a blended learning system, the isolated and distance education primary schools benefit from increased learner feedback and support. Thank you, Laura, for introducing us to this unique school system in rural Australia. Simonetta Minchetti, a lovely Italian name, is a blended and online school teacher. She feels that sometimes online teachers are not well regarded by traditional teachers. She says, "They say that our job is easier because we don't have to cope with discipline in the classroom, that the syllabus is easier and reduced, that we don't have the same bulk of assignments to correct and evaluate. This is not true, of course, but we have to continually demonstrate that our job has the same value as theirs and that our students are well prepared as the students that attend regular classes." Now, Simonetta is certainly not alone in feeling judged by those in the traditional setting. However, K-12 teachers in many settings in the United States and abroad are all dealing with overwhelming expectations, unacceptable student loads, and poor compensation. Traditional classroom teachers and online teachers are all playing an important role. The vast majority of us joined this profession because we care about the development of children. As long as the children remain our cause and our focus, it doesn't matter whether we're online or in a brick and mortar school. We're on the same team, and we can encourage one another. Thank you, Simonetta, for your contribution and reminding us of the value the online teacher brings. Online teachers are helping blaze new paths. They're suffering the growing pains to help discover what best practices look like in this new setting. while traditional teachers are holding down the fort, and they're still the ones that are serving a majority of our children. You are all so critically important to so many children. Okay, enough of that. So that was a great discussion forum this week. Please remember to keep our community strong throughout the coming weeks. If you have questions or concerns, don't hesitate to tweet me at Loki Vega or Jordan at JLPCam. Questions about the materials or general inquiries reach us much quicker through Twitter than any other mode. I'm particularly excited about week 4 as it will focus on what a lot of you have been waiting for: technologies for blended and online instruction. So far in this course, the focus has been on standards, pedagogy, and models of instruction. Week 4 will shift a bit into the realm of tech tools. I think you'll not only enjoy the coming week, but you'll be very appreciative of the resources we're sharing. Please keep in mind that technologies are changing faster than we can design and develop and deliver a course. So please forgive us if any of the tools that we've shared have been discontinued in the recent weeks. Also, please share your favorite educational web technologies in the class discussions and via our social media outlets. Finally, as we mentioned last week, remember to prioritize your time and pay attention to terms like optional and skim. An important note about week 4. The end of this week marks the midpoint of the course. Your quiz will be longer this time because it's the mid-course quiz. It will combine items from all 4 weeks so far, and it's the final quiz of the course. Remember to use those study guides that we've provided each week since the beginning of the course. Although we will continue with the discussion forums in weeks 5 through 8, we will also ask you to complete peer-evaluated performance tasks. No more quizzes. We're moving up Bloom's taxonomy after this. Be prepared to evaluate and create. For all of the participants that joined the course this week, we are happy to have you. Please consider joining us on our social networks for more interaction and lively conversation. Week 4 is here. Let's keep learning. Bye.